Hey everybody, I'm Robin.
And I'm Miko.
And we're Wander Open Roads. And here today, well, we're at the Cape Hatteras Light Station.
Woo!
So getting to Cape Hatteras is not as easy as it looks.
It is a journey within itself.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we camped at Cedar Island, which has a really nice RV park there that we will talk about in another video. But yeah, we camped at Cedar Island, and then we had to take a ferry to Ocracoke Island, and then you have to drive across that island and take another ferry from Ocracoke over to Hatteras Island. So it's kind of, it's several hours to get there, and then several hours, then you're at the lighthouse, and then you're trying to get back. So it ended up being, gosh, this footage here is about 7:30 in the morning, and we didn't get back until I think about 7 at night, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a full day event. It's not something, let me just pop over to see Cape Hatteras.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, no, it's not that. Just the ferry ride itself was, both ferry rides were pretty long, and then the drive through the island to get there. It was worth it.
Oh yeah. And the ferry ride was very nice, and it was $20 for us to bring our motorcycle on the ferry from Cedar Island to Ocracoke. Once you get to Ocracoke, there is another ferry that you take, and that ferry is actually free, but that is a first come, first served type of situation. We made reservations for the ferry from Cedar Island and back. So definitely something that you want to plan ahead. But
yes, because like the lines to get on the ferry going from Ocracoke to Cape Hatteras was actually getting kind of long, so we had to like really hike it across the island to get there, just to get in line. It was a beautiful ride through the island, but we honestly did not have time to stop and like really enjoy it. But it definitely was a great ride.
Yeah, definitely. So now we're arriving on Ocracoke Island, and there is a lighthouse, Ocracoke Lighthouse, that we are going to go stop by real quick and check out on the way to Hatteras. And this was a nice island. It was kind of cool. A lot of families riding around in the golf carts, and they had bicycles on the island, and a lot of nice
shops
beach
and restaurants.
Yeah, shops, restaurants. So yeah, that's almost like a destination within itself.
Yes, I wish that we would have had more time, but we just, didn't really know what to expect. So definitely want to come back and visit this area again.
Oh, yeah. So our first stop of the day is at the Ocracoke Island Light Station. This lighthouse was built in 1798, and it is the oldest operating lighthouse in North Carolina and the second oldest lighthouse still standing in the state. And yeah, it's there it is.
Yes, it's a really nice looking lighthouse. I love the little boardwalk area walking up to it. That was really nice. Not a lot of parking.
Yeah, definitely
I would say
not.
it's enough for maybe about 4 or 5 cars.
That's about it.
Yeah, so you definitely want to get there quickly.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that was just a nice little stop off on the way to the ferry, because we had to make sure that we made that ferry to have enough time to get back for our return trip, which was, I believe, at like 5 o'clock. Yeah, which was our return trip back to Cedar Island. So did not have a lot of time to waste. So it was definitely a nice ride out on Ocracoke Island. I loved having the sand dunes, that we're riding by, and I mean, it took us about 30 minutes to get to the next ferry. I was surprised at how big the island was. Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised too. I mean, again, didn't know what to expect, but it was a nice drive, and I was actually kind of surprised at how the sand dunes just kind of merged into the road.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, that was definitely weird.
Yeah. So here we are. We have arrived at the next ferry to go to Hatteras Island. Once again, this is free, but it is first come, first serve in terms of space. So definitely don't delay too long. So the first ferry ride from Cedar Island was about 2 hours, I believe, and in this second ferry ride to Hatteras Island was only about 45 minutes. So that wasn't as bad, but yeah, it's
not as long as the first.
Yeah, but it was
packed snacks and entertainment.
Yeah, definitely, and we had cell phone coverage the whole time, which was good.
Yes. So I mean, we were able, at least I was able to, watch a movie on my phone. But once we got closer to like the islands, I definitely went out to get the views.
Yep. Okay, so here we are on Hatteras Island now, and actually the first stop that we made, just because we knew that coming back we had to actually make the 5 o'clock ferry because we had reservations on that. We made a stop by the Graveyard of the Atlantic Museum. Definitely a cool place to check out, and we were able to get our Lighthouse stamp while we were there. Check it out. Cape Hatteras and the Graveyard of the Atlantic Museum. So now we had about a 45-minute ride or so to the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse, and some cheap real estate here, I tell you.
Some really, really beautiful coastal homes. Like, I would love to take a tour, honestly.
Oh yeah. This is definitely the high rent district. There were some really beautiful homes there. It was ridiculous. Yeah, they were very nice. So yeah, that's a cool place. So after a long ride, we are finally here, Cape Hatteras.
Yay!
Yeah. So this
Look at that.
Yeah, it is
such a beauty.
Yeah, definitely. One of the most iconic, if not the most iconic, lighthouse in America, I'd say.
Very unique.
Yeah, built in 1870 on the Outer Banks in North Carolina. This whole area was called the graveyard of the Atlantic because of the large number of ships that ran aground because of the shifting sandbars in the area. So very dangerous area for ships, and this was very important. Congress authorized the construction of this light. It's 210 feet tall, making it the tallest brick lighthouse structure in the United States and the second tallest in the world. And it's beautiful. Now on this day, just like with Cape Lookout, it was not available to climb, unfortunately.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. So.
Very disappointing. But it is what it is. It was still nice to go there and be on the grounds and to be up close and personal, take our selfies for the gram.
Yeah, and they actually had a couple of structures here that were renovated. These were the old light keepers' houses, and they actually had a pretty cool exhibit on how the lighthouse was actually moved a few years ago. Many of these old lighthouses have actually been moved because of erosion. So they, I know the one in Cape Canaveral that we went to had been moved. So there have been several of them. So they actually had kind of a full photo essay, and they talked about how they moved it. But a lot of history here. Once again, one of the most iconic lighthouses in America. And if you're a lighthouse fan, you definitely got to check it out.
Oh yes, I mean it's definitely top 5 easy.
Oh yeah, definitely. And here's where they talked about everything that they had to go through in order to actually move the lighthouse further inland to protect it from erosion, and truly an engineering marvel to get that done. Very impressive.
Yeah.
So that was really awesome, and now it's time to do it all over again. So now we're heading back to the ferry in order to get back over to Ocracoke Island, drive through Ocracoke Island to get to the ferry to take us back to Cedar Island.
Yes, so it's definitely a trek back, so you have to allow yourself time to get there and to get back.
Yeah, really
to make that last ferry for sure.
Yeah, definitely, because those ferries do fill up, and the one to Cedar Island, you have to have reservations, and yeah, I mean those ferries were pretty much jam packed, especially coming back in the evening. So
you don't want to get stuck on one of those islands and then have to make accommodations, to get back the next day. So you have to plan and watch your time accordingly.
Or just bring your own boat, I guess, right?
Yeah, that would be nice. But I mean, we definitely had a great time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It was a very, very full day. You really got to allow yourself time. Yeah.
That's the main thing. Now, obviously, if you're coming from the northern part of the Outer Banks, coming south down to Cape Hatteras. I mean, even then, it's still a long day, because that's a really long drive. You don't have the ferry boats, but you do have the definitely the long drive coming from that direction. So either way,
Yeah, but again, it was a great trip. I enjoyed the whole day going and coming back. We had a little bit of extra time once we got back to Ocracoke on the return, so we were able to kind of visit some of the places, and they have, again, a lot of nice restaurants, so it's a great place to maybe catch dinner before you head back to Cedar Island.
Yeah, if you can plan it right and catch dinner, then that is definitely a good place to do it. And yeah, Ocracoke was just cool. I want to go back there. Yeah.
Yes, it was definitely cool.
Mm-hmm. So hey, thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you on the next trip.
Be sure to check out our camping apparel and accessories at shopredsquare.com. We also sell on Etsy and Amazon. The links will be in the description. Thank you.